Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone's doing great and staying safe out there. This video is going to be about the interviewing process. I know the CASPA application cycle opened on April 28th, which was about a week and a half ago. So I figured, how can I help students that are or applicants that are in that weird little stage, which is very intense. That is when you submit your application and you're just waiting for that call or waiting to be selected for an interview for a school, right? For a program. So hopefully these tips that I share with you today prepare you for what's to come and hopefully for that selection that we all hope that you get. So if you want to learn more, please keep watching. The first one is a very basic tip and something I obviously did, and I remember I saw, if anything, everyone when I did my interviews for PA school do, which is your outfit. You want to wear something that's very professional. You don't want to updo or kind of downdo like an outfit for that special day. Obviously you want to stand out, but not for the wrong reasons, right? You don't want to have a wacky outfit, very colorful of anything, right? You want to kind of just blend in that aspect. Wear a professional suit, wear a professional blazer with your slacks, a nice blouse under. Something that I did was I wore the basic black blazer. I believe it was like a salmon colored button up, and I did some black slacks and some black closed-toed small little I guess they're called kitty heels because I'm a little bit tall. So they were the basic black, I guess, pointy heel. We all kind of looked like cookie cutters, literally, and it was like funny in a sense, but it was like, wow, like we really all just want to play like, you know, cool. All the guys had like the suit, right, and the button up and a tie, but mostly all the girls, all the females that were there, we either had like a pencil skirt that was way below the knee, or we had like the typical blazer with a blouse and slacks and the closed-toed black pumps or shoes or heels. What heels? Oh my god. So like I said, you want to stand out in an interviewing process, but you don't want that standing out item to be your outfits. So just play it simple, play it cool, you know, something very subtle, very like natural colors, very subtle colors. You don't want like a hot pink shirt or a neon green shirt with a bow with buttons and colors and purple hair with glitter and pink contacts. Like you just don't want to call the wrong attention towards you. I just recommend something just a little bit more safe and a little bit more professional. Another thing that you want to kind of have down on your belt is you want to know basic history of what is a PA, right? You ultimately are applying to a PA program. So you should know, and I know a lot of you already know all this hot information, but you should know basic PA history. What are important dates? What caused the initiation or the need for PAs, you know? A lot of important dates in the history of a PA you should know, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know, but a quick refresher on those important dates, on the history of what, like I said, or caused the need for PAs is very good to have and very good to know. And I know that time when you're interviewing is kind of hard to just, you know, you're kind of nervous. It's very hard to just like off the top of your head be like, you start forgetting things, but just, you know, refreshing all that information. That way you know important dates of history for PAs, and you know that if they were to ask anything of that nature, you already have that information known and it's easily available to you coming from your mind. Something else that I highly recommend, and something that certainly I did, was for all the programs that I applied to, especially the ones that selected me for an interview. I know I went back and I went to their website and I read and I looked up their goals, their missions, their objectives, because I wanted to see what kind of that PA program or that program had to offer and how it would be a good fit. In doing that, I learned a lot about what the program represented, where they originated, why they originated, what were their goals, what were their missions, how could we, like I said, be a good fit, first of all, but what can I contribute to those goals and those missions? So by reading that and maybe having some of that information and throwing it into their interview when they ask those very open-ended questions, I feel that that's a good way to make a connection with a certain program. Because if you know after reading their goals, their missions, their statement, their objectives, that hey, we kind of have the same or similar goals in mind, we would be a good fit. And what better way to talk about those matching scenarios or statements than in your interview. So I definitely recommend going back and reading that information. I'm pretty sure they all have it on their websites, on their program website. I know that's where I got all of my information, like I said, from the schools or programs that I was selected for an interview for. And I believe that was, basic, good fundamental knowledge of what kind of program I applied to. And like I said, it's a good check to see like, hey, this program is a good fit for me. Let's talk about why and how we can make this goal or this mission or, this objective be accomplished together. So that's something I definitely recommend, and that's something that I for sure did. So this is one that it's a very basic, if you were even to Google, how do you prepare for an interview? Any interview whatsoever in the world. I think just practicing or even like talking to yourself in front of the mirror or just practicing questions yourself just to get that flow going, the ball rolling. So I definitely recommend just practicing. Now, I was lucky enough to ask a PA that I worked with to maybe kind of hold like a mock interview with me. Like kind of ask me some questions that will where I'm in a hot seat and like make me think off the top of my head. Not to say that they told me, granted, any questions that they had or they remembered, because that would not be fair game at all. And that's not what you should be trying to get out of this. It's just basic questions like, what is a strength you have? What is a weakness you have? Why do you want to apply to our program? Things like that, like I said, these are very basic interview questions that we should always be kind of prepared for. Obviously, you're not going to be prepared for every single question because you never know what they're going to ask you. But to just know how to answer certain questions, or if you're having trouble thinking of certain things to say, or maybe they might ask you something you've never even been asked before during your mock with a friend or just someone that can help you out, and you're like, hey, I kind of need to maybe brush up on that, or I kind of need to really think about that question. That way, if you do have a little bit of a fear of answering questions, when the day comes or when the moment comes in your actual interview that you've been working so hard for and preparing for, you don't kind of stumble a little bit on your words and you just kind of, oh my God, game over, I ruined the whole interview, and you just kind of throw in the towel. No, we want to practice. Like I said, if you don't have someone to do like a mock with, it doesn't even have to be necessarily like a PA like I use or someone that volunteered to help me. It could be like your mom, your dad, a friend, a cousin, a coworker, or like I said, if you kind of don't have someone around to kind of practice that, you can just, ask yourself up, look up some basic questions on Google, or like I said, why are you here? Tell me a little bit about yourself, etc. Just to see how you would even answer those questions. Practice always makes perfect. Get the ball rolling. And then once you're there, like I said, in your interview, which I hope everyone gets, you'll kind of be like, you know what, I've answered this before, or I kind of know I have a strong answer for this. I'm prepared for this question or a similar question. And that will kind of make you feel more comfortable, more confident, and kind of be like more relaxed. And that is ultimately the goal. So for sure, I 1000% recommend just practicing, talking out loud with yourself would definitely be good as well. And I think the most important one out of all of these tips is be yourself. There's nothing you can do to, compare yourself to someone else. There's nothing you can do there's nothing anyone else can do to be yourself, to be you. You are you, and that's the only you that exists. it's very easy and it's very common to try to compare yourself or try to, you know, kind of mix in between the lines and be like, you know what, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe, why did they choose me, etc. No, get those thoughts out of your head. You erase those thoughts. They selected you for a reason. Even if you haven't even heard back and you're just wanting to prepare, that's good. That speaks a lot about you. But once you're there and you're getting ready for your interview, get all of that out of your head, all that gray clouds, get all of that out of your head. They selected you for a reason. So at the end of the day, you can rehearse all you want. You can memorize all these important dates in history, or you can try to just be something you're not, and it's gonna reflect that day. Trust me, these people that are interviewing you from this committee, from the interview committee, they've been doing this for years. They've interviewed thousands and thousands of people. They know what a cookie cutter question is. They know what a cookie cutter question answer to a question is. And you don't want to just sound like very robotic, very like, I belong here because X, Y, Z. No. At the end of the day, be yourself. They selected you out of a pool of papers, applications, and they want to put a personality to this application. They want to put a face to this application. So at the end of the day, just hope your best, do your best, dress your best, get plenty of rest the night before, be confident, and just go out there, shine, kill it. You're gonna get this. And just be yourself, because there's no one out there that can be you. I hope everyone gets selected for an interview, and I hope everyone shines in their interview. And you know, all this work that you've been doing for all this time, I hope it shines and it shows, and that ultimately you're selected. And even if you're not, don't give up. You can always try again, and each time that you keep practicing and practicing and just not giving up, you're getting closer to that end goal that you have, which is to be a PA at the end of the day. So I wish everyone nothing but luck, and I hope everyone, you know, just takes it easy and calms a little bit down. I know this can be a very strainful, very stressful time to be applying and then to hear back. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always add me on Instagram and send me a message, or you can comment down below, and I'll be more than glad to help anyone answer any questions. I hope everyone's staying safe out there, and I hope you have a good day. Until next time.